Welcome to episode 2 of Keke's Guide to Training Your Human. My name is Ken Van Camp. I write and narrate this podcast under the creative direction of Keke. In each episode, Keke presents a dog's perspective on life and growing up in the human world. So I hope you enjoy this episode as we start with Lesson 6, Rover's Lament, in which Keke waxes poetic on the shortcomings of humans. There once was an old human named Grover, whose dog-walking days were long over. He smiled so smug till he peed on the rug. Why did he not ask to go out, Rover? Lesson 7. First impressions count. No poodles in the house. The other day my human looked directly at me and said in a loud voice, "No poodles in the house." I thought, yep, no argument here. Poodles are a mangy breed if you ask me. They're yappers and not all that bright. But in all my weeks of living I have never been mistaken for a poodle. So you can imagine my confusion when he looked at me and said it again. I checked to see if anyone had snuck into the house while we were talking, but we were alone. Naturally, I wanted to voice my support for this new edict, and that's when the idea hit me like the recoil from Kim Kardashian's Spanx. I've heard about the importance of first impressions, so I thought, what better time to try one? Sitting up straight on my haunches, I let out the loudest, most annoying yap I could muster. It was really pretty funny, if you ask me. Sounded almost like a poodle. Unfortunately, my human didn't share the enthusiasm for my poodle impression and proceeded to chase me around the house until he fell, panting, into the laundry pile. Maybe I overdid the French accent, but whoever said first impressions count was probably right. I'll take more time to practice before I try my second one. Lesson 8. Overcoming unfair human advantages. I was playing Chase the Mouse with my human yesterday. The mouse is on a string, the string is on a stick, the stick is in his hand. A little flick of the stick sends the mouse screaming across the carpet with me in hot pursuit. Instead of arguing over his unfair advantage, I distract him by chewing on his shoelaces. The mouse is back in my mouth in no time. It's like taking candy from a baby. Yum. Thank you for listening to this podcast. I'm Ken Van Camp, and I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Keke's Guide to Training Your Human. If you've enjoyed this episode, please rate it and leave feedback. And remember to join us for the next episode of Keke's Guide to Training Your Human, because dogs are people too, you know?